Hey everyone, Dr. Jackie's heartbreaking confirmation that Deitrick Haddon's voice is permanently gone has shaken not only the gospel community, but also the larger world of music and faith. Because for years, Deitrick's soaring, soul-stirring vocals were synonymous with hope, revival, and transformation. And now the very gift that shaped his entire identity has been silenced forever, leaving his wife, family, church, and millions of fans in tears. And when Dr. Jackie stood by his side to deliver the devastating news, his wife could not contain her emotions, breaking down as she described the painful journey that led to this moment. A journey filled with late nights of Deitrick, whispering prayers when he could no longer sing, of countless doctor visits and treatments that brought fleeting hope, but no lasting change, and of the crushing weight of watching her husband try to push through concerts, studio sessions, and church services while privately battling pain that grew worse with each passing week, until doctors finally told him that the damage was irreversible and that no surgery, no therapy, no medical intervention could bring his voice back, a verdict that not only ended his career as a recording artist, but also left him wrestling with questions of identity and purpose, because his voice was more than just a tool. It was the very way he connected with God and with people, the instrument that carried his testimony from Detroit churches to global stages, the channel through which he touched lives. And without it, he has had to confront the painful truth that the Deitrick Haddon the world once knew can never be the same again. And his wife, in her emotional confession, revealed the personal toll this has taken on their home life, from their children asking why Daddy doesn't sing anymore to Deitrick himself withdrawing into silence out of frustration and grief, and yet she also shared the tender moments where, despite his pain, he found the strength to encourage her, reminding her and himself that while his voice may be gone, his calling is not. And Dr. Jackie, who has been at the center of this journey as both a doctor and a spiritual sister, explained that sometimes God allows seasons of stripping to reveal a deeper purpose. And this is where Deitrick now stands, in a wilderness of sorts, grieving the loss of his voice while discovering new ways to serve, whether by mentoring younger artists, preaching with even greater intensity, or writing songs that others will carry to audiences he can no longer reach. And yet the grief remains raw, because fans know they will never again experience the electrifying power of hearing Deitrick live in full voice, never again witness him lead a congregation into worship with those passionate runs that seem to pierce the heavens. And so they are left clinging to recordings, replaying his classics as a way of holding on to what has been lost. And this tragedy is not just about a singer's career ending, but about the universal reality of how fragile the gifts we take for granted truly are, because one day they can be there in full strength, and the next they can be gone, reminding us of our mortality, our vulnerability, and our need for faith in something greater than talent or fame. And as heartbreaking as this moment is, there is also inspiration in the way Haddon and his wife are confronting it together, with tears, honesty, and determination to keep walking even when the path looks different. And for many of his supporters, this painful chapter has become a call to appreciate the voices in their lives, literal and figurative, while they can still be heard, because tomorrow is not promised. And though Deitrick Haddon's voice may be silent, his story is still speaking, louder than ever, through his perseverance, his faith, and the love of a wife who stood by him as his world changed forever. So this is not just a sad ending, but the beginning of a new testimony, one written not in song but in endurance, one that will still inspire generations to come, even without the sound of his unforgettable voice. Thanks for watching.